All right. So what do you love about Marvin? At least to the most part.
Nothing really. Probably other than he was just acting silly for most of the film. Just acting happy. That's really it.
Yeah, he was just a happy go-getter kind of guy. He was always positive. He just loved the life that he built from the ground up because the life he left was just, basically working underneath his brother, basically just the overlord. And basically he only let him to go loose only for a killing spree of just, murdering people.
His monster, as he kept on saying.
And was he a monster? Not really.
No.
Because I thought he was going to start killing people, like, brutally. He kind of did a few times, but not too much. I wish it could have been better, at least.
Yeah, it could have been way better.
Yeah, and obviously, like, some of these bad guys, I really wish they could have showed a little bit more brutality. I did like the beginning of the fight for those two guys.
Yeah.
Remember how they were kicking his ass and they were talking about it? Like, come on, let's go back at him. Like, it's funny. I like that part.
Only, like I said, that was really the only.
That was the highlight of the fight.
Probably, I think the movie really just went bad pretty much after the fight scene in the house.
Oh, in the house?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, because the rest of the action kind of sucked after that.
A little bit. I kind of enjoyed the part when, those two guys always show up. They got their forks and spoons.
Yeah, it was only two big scenes. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, I thought just in that house and after when they left. That's what I thought you were just saying.
They didn't show up pretty much in the end.
Yeah, I know, sadly.
I'm talking about when they showed up and fought Raven and Marvin.
Oh, Marvin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I enjoyed it too, though, like to those two parts. And obviously, what was the whole plot of the whole thing? Like, basically, Marvin was just trying to escape. Obviously, his lost love comes back, who basically drags him back into Hell's Kitchen again.
Yeah.
And what was the whole plot again? She basically knows accounting, money.
It was money. Because she was going to screw over the brother already. But then the other guy screwed her over.
Right?
He found out, allegedly. Well, he found out. Then he tried, he was going to have her killed, but the main character, Marvin, didn't want to kill her.
So obviously, it starts out with the whole beginning of basically him just enjoying his life. And obviously, you see the loved one coming out of the bus. She looks like, I thought she hated him at first. Because she started scribbling like mustaches. I thought that was a joke. But it turned out he did actually had a mustache in the past.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so he did have a mustache, and we know what kind of like character he is. He's brutal. He used to be like a blood maniac, and that's all he knew until he finally had a job to finally kill off her beloved, but he couldn't do it. He showed her kind of like an empty graveyard and just said, you're here, you're dead, now I'm gonna leave you. Yeah. And I guess she took that personal because it's true. She's like, don't leave me, Marvin, even though he kind of gave her a second chance to walk away. And I think this is the part where I kind of hate because it looks like he doesn't want to go back to that life.
Well, he doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't. But she keeps trying to pull him into it, even though he doesn't really want to. But he does it because he loved her. Do you think that worked out?
Not really. It was kind of dumb.
It was kind of dumb. And I was like, damn it. I wish it would have been a little bit easier that they would have just gone their separate ways, but they got together in the end. Which I didn't like. I wish they would just separate it because they're living in two different worlds. That's why I thought she was getting the money and pointing the gun at him in the ending. I thought she was ready to leave him and just run away with the money.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought, and I was hoping that would have been the case for it because, I guess it looks like they kind of figured out it was just a fun kind of movie, so they didn't feel like they want to drag this on for a part 2.
Yeah.
Because, you heard the Russians were coming. I was just like, wait, Russians?
Yeah, I know. That they kind of just close it off like that in the end of the film.
Yeah, because I feel like they were watching their own movie and they go like, all right, this is actually pretty bad. Let's end it like somehow. So they ended it with them just getting together in the very end. Which obviously I wish it wasn't that way. But it is. So obviously what happened after that, boy? With the whole mustaching, and obviously they went to the real estate. He did his job right.
It was just introduction.
Yeah,
that's what it was, just introducing him. It's not really until he gets to his car, or not his car, when he gets into the office where you're immediately kind of just thrown into Raven or whatever his name is.
What do you think? What do you thought of Ashley's character? How she's mopey, sad, and just like, life, and just going.
Her and Raven were dumb. Like,
yeah. Like, I can't get a boyfriend on Valentine's. And apparently she basically says she quitted her job like 5 times or something. And that's showing like basically Marvin how, compassion he has towards her. Like what? This is the 5th time you quitted on me?
Yeah.
So he always kind of brings her back into it. But at least she found love in this film. Was it a pretty good love
No.
line? Not really. All she did was like read a poem.
Yeah. Same thing with him. He had no emotion.
Exactly.
Like, what the hell?
I was weirded out. I was like,
Yeah.
what's going on? So exactly what happened in The Office when we just got that, whammo in the beginning. Like the first action scene. Do you like that part?
Yeah,
with
I
the
thought.
Raven?
Well, I thought he killed him actually at first.
I thought so too.
Yeah, but then like as you see later, he wakes up, but he sees Sam from Lord of the Rings. I'll call him Sam because I don't know his actor's
Cliff.
name. Yeah, Cliff. He borrows his car. He thanks him.
I did like it how he gave him a reward. Like,
Yeah.
this is a reward for you for the hardest reward that you could possibly have. I found you as like a wasted guy, but you came a long way, and he treated him like a brother. He's like, you are my brother,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that I could watch out for you. And he was pretty heartwarming. I kind of like that part. And obviously, he just said, "Well, can I borrow your car?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
I mean, he
okay.
thanked him.
Yeah, he
He
did.
borrowed his car. He drove off. He went home, but he was already being followed by the two guys.
Oh yeah. And this is the part where I kind of find it funny because it looks like right away they go like, because they were jabbering, talking, and I was like, okay, they're gonna have some sort of chemistry, and that's when they saw Marvin like skipping out, and he's just like, oh, there he is. It feels kind of odd, like they kind of figure out who Marvin is.
Yeah.
Already. Like in the car, he's like,
I
how
mean-
can you tell?
There's billboards all around town of him. So,
I guess.
but anyways, they follow him into his house.
And this is basically one of the best fight scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
The ones that I actually was livid and actually liking throughout the whole fight. They were kicking his ass.
Yeah.
They were really
Yeah.
beating him, torturing him. And I thought, I was kind of curious. I was like, what's going on? Is it going to trigger something? Like maybe they're going to start breaking his real estate, like diploma or portrait that they had. But no, he was just waiting the perfect time to actually start kicking their asses.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it looks like he didn't know how to fight as well as he used to.
Yeah, which was interesting. That was like kind of the Jackie Chan aspect you were talking about.
Exactly. And I was like, this is probably one of the things that I was hoping that I would get. And it was exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
He was failing at fighting. He was getting his ass kicked. He was thrown into the fridge. They grabbed the fridge and tossed him, across the room with the fridge. And I was just like, this is mayhem. And I love it. He actually used, what you call those? Like those cookie cutters as weapons?
Yeah, yeah.
And he was just like stomping on them.
Yeah, cutting them up.
Yeah, and it was like really good. And I just love it how every time he fought, he was trying to protect the little,
The award.
the award that he won. It's just showing that he cares about that reward and he still want to cling to
Yeah,
something.
same life.
Yeah, and that's what's pretty good about it, at least to that moment until they finally go outside. He managed to escape.
He escapes back to his car and drives off
He doesn't drive off. He get
Oh,
confronted
yeah, you're
by.
right. by Rose. I think that was her name.
Yep, it
Yeah.
is
But
Rose.
she tases him.
I don't know why.
Yeah, then
It didn't make no
yeah,
sense.
she tased him. Then she took him, I don't know, to like a bar or something. I don't know where she was staying.
A strip joint, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, was
Yeah,
it? Yeah,
I
it was
think
a
so.
strip joint.
but he woke up. He saw her. That's when they talked. I don't remember what they talked about.
Well, they talked about like how you basically
Oh,
she's
the
being
backstory.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
backstory, how she's getting caught after. She's
Yeah.
trying to find a way out herself, and she's trying to see if Marvin could help her finally be free.
Yeah.
And she actually had her own plans because there's another character that shows up around here, and his name is Kibby. Remember him?
Oh yeah.
The accountant of his brother.
Yeah.
And he was in the trunk because remember earlier
Yeah.
he's like, "Who's that in the trunk?" Because they're having that conversation, and he was there.
I forgot about that character.
Exactly. He was
Yeah.
just there, just in the back,
Yeah.
trying to find a way to escape. And they kind of, in a way, beat his ass for information.
Well, she did.
Well, yeah, she did.
She tortured him.
And I was just like,
You
okay.
find out everything that she was set up, and then
Was it funny? Do
no.
you like to pull the teeth out of the
no,
duct tape?
None of that was funny. That's why I forgot about that character.
Do you love the German accent or the British accent?
He was ridiculous. Anyway,
It was really ridiculous.
once when they figure out what happened,
Uh-huh.
those guys end up, or not those guys, the people who wanted to buy the house show up.
Oh yeah, that's right, huh?
Yeah,
And I did love that part because you could see them going into the washing machine, and you see the guy manage to escape.
Yeah, which he calls the henchman guy. I don't remember his name.
Which one?
The one that helped set her up.
Raven, or is it?
No, the guy who basically screwed her over.
Oh yeah, Knuckles.
Yeah, Knuckles. No, that's the brother.
Oh, you're talking about. You're talking about this character, Rennie.
Yeah.
That character.
Yeah, he calls him.
Yeah.
Then he sends the two guys over there with heavy firepower.
Oh yeah.
Two guys, and then the brother Knuckles, he sends over the Raven.
Yeah.
But
didn't they do like a pit stop? You know, like with the teddy bear scene. He was like,
yeah, but
it wasn't necessary. But he was just basically having love troubles as well.
Yeah.
Because it is plot of the story into the very ending as well.
Yeah.
Like basically he has like love troubles and he's trying to find the perfect teddy bear, and the guy basically kicked some guy's ass for it.
Yeah. But he gave it back to him.
Yeah, he did. It was just like basically a thing that's trying to, in a way, trying to stall for time. Because it was very unnecessary, but it was something that they had to do just to justify of their troubled relationship.
Yeah.
So obviously that's when, of course, they got that call. They're going over to where the house is at, and so is Raven. But of course, he is reading, or he's spending time with our little Ashley. You know, they're having conversation because she loved her poetry. They were just going back and forth. And she's just trying to change him. Do you like that kind of stuff?
I already told you I don't.
Exactly. It is awful. I don't like that either. It was pretty bad. It just felt like it was out of nowhere. Do you even understand any of the poetry?
I forgot because it's
something about bears.
I don't remember.
Little bears in the forest.
But he figures out because he heard her, so they go over to the house, which she followed him.
Yeah, because she needed to get some paperwork for the couple.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Marvin, I wish he could have just gone like, you know what, get out of here. We could do this tomorrow. Yeah. But of course, they're trying to make it so they can have a hilarious scene.
Which didn't work. Once when they do that, they're about to have a fight. They go into the other room.
Yeah.
They do fight actually a little bit. But then they get shot at.
Because obviously he was kind of confused why Gibble and Raven and Ashley were together at the front door. He was wondering like, why is he here? Why are they together? And obviously Ashley is telling him that, you know, please don't attack him because I want him to change his, you know, because she's starting to love the guy.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And Marvin was already going to try to kill him anyway.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out. So, yeah, this is the part when they were ready to fight. And this is the part where we saw these two gang members, or the two goons, started shooting up the place like a madman. And basically that's when they took cover. And you just see Marvin going like, these guys are ready to kill us. Same team, like with all smiling face and all excited because he at least have a partner. So I thought this is the part when they're gonna fully team up. You know, like they're gonna fight against a big boss, but just for momentarily, just like a peaceful treaty for the moment.
While they team up, when they were heading inside, you do see the other real estate agent see that, and in the beginning, you know that he's a kung fu black belt.
Oh, that guy! Yeah. I forgot about him. I can't remember.
So they're fighting their guys. I love
this part. He was really ridiculous, but I did enjoy him.
I didn't.
That was dumb. I was surprised at this. I forgot it, but you remind me of it. Because obviously he is another real estate agent, and he's competing with Marvin. And I just love it how his whole gimmick is he knows Kung Fu, and he's a black belt. And he could beat up Marvin anytime he wanted to. Yeah, but that's just the gimmick that he had.
Yeah, he had no skills. He literally tried fighting the guy. He punched him, and then he jumped back and hit with Marvin.
I did love that part, though.
Then he tells Marvin he's going to go up, and he goes down, and he instantly gets headshotted.
I was surprised at that part. I'm like, oh my God, he died. And I was like, this is real?
Yeah.
And he did. He died. I was shocked. I was like,
oh, that was quick.
It was funny though. I liked that part because he did try his best.
Yeah, so
he did disarm the other guy.
Well, Raven's fighting both of them at one point. He runs into the family and they have this bad dialogue.
Sorry, I actually love that scene, that part.
Okay.
When the black belt, when he's like, ha ha ha, and he's like, what the fuck? The other guy, because he was looking at him like confused. Yeah, it was fun. At least that part. I was actually enjoying it to the most part. So after that, of course, after when he got blown to hell with his, headshot, that's when Marvin, and obviously, he had to retreat. He left. And obviously, this is when our boy Raven is starting to take on both of them on. Did he succeed? I think he almost died.
Yeah, he did almost die until Marvin came. and Ashley, she saved him.
Oh, yeah. Ashley came in, and then obviously this is the whole fork spoon thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you're on the menu.
Yeah.
It was cheesy, but I love it because
that
I like
stuff
the
worked.
whole...
Like I said, the action stuff worked.
Yeah, and some of the comedy worked. I did like it how they were just using a spoon and a fork.
Like during the fights, they worked.
Yeah.
But Raven ends up kicking their ass.
Yeah,
with the help of
Yeah, it's because Ashley was trying to. Well, she did help him. He was ready to die, and obviously he got mad. That's when he finally got his, I guess, shoe boot sword or a knife, and he started slicing them both.
So one thing that we didn't mention is that Rose actually did have a call from the goon, the other guy, the side guy.
Oh, yeah.
And she left, and she wanted Marvin to go, but he stayed to fight them. Right?
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, as they fight, once when they beat those two guys, Ashley and them, she gets them to stop. Well, they do fight, actually. But Marvin pretty much kicked his ass, but then she stopped him. Yeah. And then that's when she told him about that love stuff, and then that's when he realized he's gonna go after her.
Yeah, exactly. I guess he just grew like, what the hell did he told her? Like something is, if you love something, you go after it, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously he's just like, oh, I should have followed my own advice because that's what he was feeling with the other girl. Yeah. So, and obviously he went to go try to save her. And this is basically the final scene where basically, they're going back where Knuckles is at. And we forgot to mention that Knuckles, killed Cliff. One of,
yeah.
He killed
Which
them.
They don't mention.
They don't
even bring it up, so it's like...
Well, yeah, no. Like, only in the very scene of the end, when they were fighting, but he killed him with the... What was it? With the
boba...
pen?
Yeah, no, he killed him with the boba drink.
Oh, he did? Okay,
yeah,
there
with
you
the
go.
straw.
With the straw, right?
Yeah.
Which I was like, I thought it was a pen, but okay.
No, it's a plastic straw.
I was like, okay, he's trying to be a little edgy with that. Fine. So Cliff dies that way, and he took his hat just so he could rub it into Marvin. It's like, and he's like, I only have one. Marvin only has one brother, and it's me.
Yeah.
And that's how he kills him. I did like it how he did say, like, no matter what, there's nothing I could tell you because you already made up your mind. I'm gonna die here, and he just killed him right there.
Yeah.
And he's like, true, you're dead. And obviously, when they finally go into the whole, where they're at, like tattoo place, or
I have no idea where they ended up.
It's some sort of club, right?
Yeah, it was like a bar, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So they were there. That's where his brother is holed up. Obviously, what's her name? What was it? Rose was there to confront him, and obviously she tried being badass. She got her ass kicked. I do like it how they just like whoop her ass instead of her trying to be, like John Wick.
I thought they were,
but no, she completely lost. Yeah. She was ready to die, and that's when Marvin showed up, and you see he is pissed. He's like, how dare you lay a hand on my love? And obviously this is the part where he's like, you wanted me, now I'm back.
Yeah.
And he started kicking everybody's ass.
Yeah, he kills a bunch of people. She starts fighting too.
This is the part where it was just like, all right.
It was just action. Like, it was just mid-action, really.
Yeah.
And then it's really when he fights his brother.
It's a little bit better at the fight scene.
Yeah, but it wasn't as good as the last two with the guys and the Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the theme song of when he had the cowboy hat, like the whole Texas thing. Like he looks like I thought for a second he was born in in a ranch or something, and that's how they're playing. And he had the cowboy, but I forgot that Cliff was dead, and that's why he was using it.
Yeah.
But this is the part where they started talking to each other and telling them like, little brother, there's many things that I did to you, but I know there's one thing that you can't do to me. You can't win against me.
Yeah.
Because I always win in a fight. And obviously, I have this bat for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, he fights him with the bat.
It was never established. Only in the very end, he grabs a bat, and I'm like, is he really good with that bat? I suppose he is.
Yeah, but it didn't matter anyways.
Exactly.
He still lost.
Exactly. He still lost. I thought for a second he was going to kick his ass. He was going to beat him down, and that's when Rose comes in to save him.
Yeah, but no.
It didn't.
Yeah.
It just somehow managed to get the power.
Yeah, he literally beats Marvin beats him, and then she does show up, and I think she shoots him. in the
Yeah,
arm.
she shoots him on the shoulder,
Yeah,
and he goes down like, huh.
That's when it's revealed like she took a deal with the Russians or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Russians basically came out of nowhere, but it was trying to make a point that they're trying to be very clever with the plot. Like she solved these problems and solve these like mystery hints, but it never gone that far.
Yeah,
Like we never even heard Russians not even once
yeah,
until the
the
very
end.
ending.
Yeah,
And it just felt like it was supposed to be a cliffhanger for a second one, but they never gone that far, and they just like, yeah, this is not going to be good, so might as well end it here.
yeah,
And that's what it was. And obviously, they took his brother away for some reason,
yeah.
and he was pleading to Marvin like, "Please save me, brother.
Yeah, he
I'm
didn't
sorry."
care. Yeah, for real. Like,
He's
really?
like, "What, really?
Yeah.
you want to plead to me? Fuck no." And obviously, this is the part when she was deciding either to leave or stay with Marvin. And obviously, he followed her.
Yeah,
And he's like, like, I'm in love with you. It looks like he couldn't say it at first,
yeah,
but now he said it.
yeah,
And then you see the hearts in the background. They made out. And then I guess a couple of years, or I guess days later happened.
yeah,
And then you start seeing like his monologuing. It's saying that, love is, you get love unexpectedly. You like, the weird whatever. He was trying to make the point of Valentine's, right?
yeah.
And obviously he finally got together with her in a strip joint.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Weren't you impressed? Weren't you so happy with this film?
No.
Everybody clapped. Everybody
no
clapping?
one clapped.
Yeah, they were like, nah, exactly. Nobody clapped. We were all just like, okay,
The movie's over.
The movie's over. Let's get out of here. This is a bad movie. It wasn't worth it. Nobody should go see this. Unless if you really want to. And how would you try to convince these people not to go see this?
Yeah, just save your money and watch something else.
Exactly. I don't know. Maybe see something else that's probably coming out that's maybe worth your while. Like maybe, what was the other movie that, like a horror film?
Love Hurts, Companion, any of those movies,
Yeah,
probably.
Probably see those. I think those are going to be a very much film with this, but this is something that we thought it could have been a joyful film, but it looks like we turned out to be wrong. And I wish we could have seen something else. It's just one of those films. So either way, I suggest you don't take your loved ones with you unless you really hate them, their guts, and then you could take them with you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next movie review.